The time is 1 o'clock from Splash 105.5 FM, the Integrity Station. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa. First, the news headlines. President Buhari approves panel of inquiry on NPA, suspends MD Hadiza Usman. Gunmen abduct Abia State University students. Concern increases over India COVID variant in UK. And in sports, Manchester United cruise into Europa League final. Arsenal defeated by Villarreal. Those are the headlines. Now the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the recommendation of the Ministry of Transportation under Rotimi Amechi for the setting up of an administrative panel of inquiry to investigate the management of the Nigerian Ports Authority. According to a statement by the president's spokesman, Malam Garba Shehu, late Thursday night in Abuja, the president also approved the suspension of the managing director of NPA, Hadiza Usman. The presidential aide said Mohammed Koko would act as acting managing director of the NPA, pending the completion of investigation by the panel, which would be headed by a director. President Muhammadu Buhari has launched the national policy for the promotion of indigenous content in Nigerian telecom sector and revised national identity policy for SIM cards registration in Abuja. The president, during the launch on Thursday, called on Nigerians to participate in the ongoing synchronization of national identification number with SIM cards across the country, as it will provide a digital framework for improving security and strengthening the economy.
We are fully committed to the safety of Nigerians, and linking the SIM to national identification number will significantly enhance security, aid in national planning, budget preparations, etc. It is in line with this commitment that we have initiated a process that will require every SIM to be linked to the national identification number, which is the primary identity database for the country.
The House of Representatives, through its Committee on Basic Education and Services, is seeking to probe the over 2 billion naira release for the Safe School initiative alongside other donations from foreign countries and organizations. The lawmakers are concerned that although an initial 20 million was donated for the takeoff of the Safe School initiative project in 2014, and as of 2018 a total of 41 billion naira has been realized as donations from countries and donor agencies, yet not much is on the ground to indicate seriousness to fully implement the laudable objectives of the initiative as it relates to the safety of schools, students, teachers and facilities. Honorable Anekan Umana, who moved the motion, raised concern that the latest development in the criminal activities associated with insecurity in Nigeria, especially as it relates to the invasion of school premises and kidnap of students and teachers for ransom, could be contained and defeated through the full implementation of the Safe School initiatives.
Mr. Speaker, we are disturbed that the unfortunate increase in the security crisis in the country has even made this initiative more apt and important at this time. And in view of that, Mr. Speaker, the House resolves to urge the federal government to elaborate and collaborate with the state governments to restore, revive, and revalidate the Safe School initiative and deploy special security personnel to schools in Nigeria, as it were. Mandate the Committee on Basic Education and Services to carry out an investigation into the use of the 2 billion naira release for the Safe School initiative alongside other donations from foreign countries and organizations, and report back within 6 weeks for further legislative action.
The Benue State government has approved the establishment of vigilante groups to combat the high rate of insecurity in the state. Governor Samuel Otom disclosed this when he briefed journalists on the outcome of the expanded stakeholders meeting held at the new banquet hall of the government house. Addressing journalists on the resolutions of the meeting, Otom, who said renewed attacks on the people by armed headsmen had overstretched security agencies, noted that the state government had decided to enforce the law to provide for the establishment of community volunteer guards, vigilantes. He said vigilantes would be constituted from the community to local government levels to complement the operations of conventional security agencies across the state. Governor Tom explained that the recruitment process would commence immediately, adding that those to be recruited would be within the age range of 18 to 50 and mostly ex-servicemen. The governor stated those to be recruited are ex-servicemen and people from 18 to 50 years, and they must have stable sources of income and must have lived in their respective communities for a minimum of 6 years, and they must be of impeccable characters and be loyal. The governing All Progressives Congress has appealed to Nigerians to support the President Muhammadu Buhari as he works towards finding a permanent solution to the nation's security problems. This appeal was contained in a statement titled APC Welcomes Release of 29 Kaduna College Students, which was signed by the party's National Secretary, Senator John Akpanudowehe, in Abuja. According to him, the APC was delighted about the release and safe return of 29 students abducted from the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization, AFACA, in Kaduna State. He said it is truly heartwarming that the students have been reunited with their family, friends, and other loved ones. And gunmen have reportedly abducted a yet-to-be-determined number of students of the Abia State University, Uturu, ABSU. According to a statement signed by the state's Commissioner of Information, John Kalu, the students were abducted along the Okigwe-Uturu Road in the state. The police said they are working hard to rescue the kidnapped students. The abduction is the latest in a series of attacks targeted at schools and students across the country. On March 11, at least 39 students were abducted from the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization, AFACA, in Kaduna State. About 23 students and staff of Greenfield University in Kaduna were also abducted on April 20. Abduction of students has also been recently recorded in Benue, Plateau, Katsina, and Zamfara states. The Oyo-Osun Area Command of the Nigeria Customs Service has announced that it has inaugurated the anti-smuggling team code name Excise Task Force to manage the excise factories extensively and widen the dragnet to infuse factories that have qualified to be enlisted under the Customs and Excise control. The controller, Adamu Abdul-Kadir, disclosed this yesterday at the command headquarters in Ibadan while briefing newsmen and showcasing the achievements of the command between the 1st of February and 31st of April 31. The controller noted the Oyo-Osun Area Command had generated over 15 billion naira between 1st of February and 31st of April 2021, adding that the figure is cumulative of import duty from bonded terminals, excise duty from factories under the excise net, auction fees and other ancillary charges into both federation and non-federation accounts. The controller highlighted that the command anti-smuggling drive under his watch during the quarter had resulted in the seizure of various contraband, amongst which is 3,311 50-kilogram bags of rice with duty-paid value of over 8,487, 25 liters kegs of premium motor spirit with duty-paid value of over 2 meters, 9 sacks of cannabis sativa, 21 bales of second-hand clothing, 6 bales of used shoes, 221 carton of imported dried fish, 711 gallons of imported vegetable oil, and 1 used truck, all with duty-paid value totaling over 134 million naira. It's still the 1 p.m. news on Splash 105.5 FM. Still ahead, concern increases over India COVID variant in UK. And in sports, Manchester United cruise into Europa League final. Arsenal defeated by Villarreal. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll bring you more stories. So please stay with us.
Mọ̀nàmọ́ná a máa fúnni ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ a sì máa mú ìdẹ̀rùn wá láti wá dènà ìjàmbá iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná. Ojúlówó wáyà tàbí kébù ló yẹ ká fi fa iná nínú ilé, lọ́fíìsì àti nínú ìlú. Purchem wires and cables ní àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ mọ̀nàmọ́ná àti àwọn agbaṣẹ́ṣe yàn láàyò. Ojúlówó ni, kì í bó lára, kò kì í jóná àbáàdì, kì í kán sínú, ó sì fini lọ́kàn balẹ̀. Ìdí nìyí tí Standard Organization of Nigeria fi fòǹtẹ̀tẹ̀ tí Nigeria Electrical Contractors náà fi dìbò fún. Bí copper cable ṣe wà ní aluminium cable ń bẹ nípele lówó tí kò gún pa. Purchem wires and cables tó jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Akaman ló ṣe ojúlówó wires and cable jáde. Olú ilé-iṣẹ́ Pure Wires and Cables Limited wà ní Afrin's Compound, 4th Gate, number 122/132, Oṣòdì Apapa Expressway, Ìyànà Ìsọlọ̀ bus stop, Lagos. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní 080-803-03257. Pure Wires and Cables. Ìrọ̀rùn fi iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná.
Another wonder for your delight this summer. The historical tour of the Kingdom of Jordan. Oh yes, here is a great opportunity for you to experience the 7 wonders of the world. Great Pyramid of Giza, Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Temple of Artemis at Ephesus, Statue of Zeus at Olympia, Mausoleum at Halicarnassus, Colossus of Rhodes, and the Lighthouse of Alexandria. See what I mean? You can't afford not to be a part of the Jordan experience. Our takeoff date is Friday, July 30, 2021. Delay no further. Visit your Fly office now at Success House, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Main Estate, Ring Road, Ibadan, or better still call 080-2524-9280. Website youfitfly.com. The Kingdom of Jordan is the place to be this summer.
Welcome back to the news on Splash 105.5 FM. Now turning to the foreign scene. Public health experts have recommended one version of the Indian coronavirus variant may be a variant of concern in the UK. Public Health England, PHE, is tracking B16172, which appears to spread more quickly than 2 other identified subtypes of the Indian variant. The COVID-19 incident director at PHE, Dr. William Welfare, said Public Health England is monitoring the situation closely and appropriate public health interventions, including targeted testing and enhanced contact tracing, are being undertaken. Scientists also believe it is at least as transmissible than the variant detected in Kent last year. The Kent, South Africa and Brazil strains have all been deemed variants of concern in the UK. These versions, along with the India variant, have all undergone changes to their spike protein, the part of the virus which attaches to human cells. The UK has seen a sharp increase in one version in particular, known as B16172, which now makes up the majority of all Indian variant cases and appears to be growing faster than other versions. Finally, in sports, Villarreal will face Manchester United in the Europa League final after the Spanish side held out for a 0-0 draw at Arsenal on Thursday to prevent a clean sweep of European finalists for Premier League sides. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang twice hit the post for Arsenal, but a 2-1 aggregate defeat means the Gunners will miss out on Champions League football for the 5th consecutive season. Edinson Cavani scored twice for Manchester United, who progressed 8-5 on aggregate despite a 3-2 defeat away to Roma. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's men will aim to end a 4-year trophy drought when they take on Villarreal in Nantes on May 26, 3 days before Manchester City face Chelsea in the Champions League final on May 29. Just before we go, a recap of the headlines. President Buhari has approved panel of inquiry on NPA suspended MD Hadiza Usman. Gunmen have reportedly abducted Abia State University students. And concerns have increased over India COVID variant in UK. And in sport, Manchester United has cruised into Europa League final. Arsenal defeated by Villarreal. For more details on the news, visit our website on www.splashfm1055.com. Now you can download the Splash FM mobile app on iOS, BlackBerry World, and Google Play Store to listen live, get news update, opinion poll, and also report an event live to us through the iReport feature. To download, simply go to any of the stores mentioned and search for Splash FM 105.5, then click to download. We have now come to the end of the news on Splash 105.5 FM, the integrity station and the best radio station in the southwest of the country. The news editor is Tunde Olawu, assisted by Chinwe Churchill. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa. Good afternoon and thank you for listening.